that resources. That's where the issue.
What the states are asking for, you read your intro, derivation. What we practice in the First Republic, derivation. In a federal structure, what you practice is derivation. What is derived from your soil, you should have, let me use everyday language so that my accountant will understand. You should derive a right of first refusal, and not somebody coming to dictate how it should be managed. Let me finish. Nobody allowed you. I gave you ample time. I had the opportunity to interject, but I didn't want to.
Okay.
He talked about resources being national resources, and then he also talked about people investing. If you look at the oil that we're talking about, go to Zamfara, people are dying of lead because we are so concentrated in Niger Delta.
Are you not contradicting yourself?
No, I am not. What I'm telling you is that in the First Republic, you had the people control the resources, collect 50% of the resources, give 35% to manage the center, because the federating unit agreed that there should be a central government. But here, he is saying that the federating unit were created for administrative purposes.
I put this question to two of you. What does the concept of fiscal regime say?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm explaining. That when you talk about federating unit, you cannot here say they were created for administrative convenience, because if that was the position, then it would be convenient for somebody to sit down in Abuja and say, you know what, Philip, I appoint you as administrator in Lagos. You don't need, let me finish, allow me. You don't need the people there to begin to dictate who governs them. Okay. You don't need the states to now begin to elect local government councillors in the states. You don't even need the state to say, okay, generate revenue, because they were created for administrative convenience. If you say you want to practice a federal structure, practice a federal structure. For example, I don't see any reason why you are telling me that I have oil in my region, and so because somebody invested in the oil, and so it should belong to him. In that case, what you're telling me is that if I have a car today, that because somebody invested in repairing it, the car automatically should belong to him.
Are we talking about ownership?
No.
Are we talking about absolute ownership?
No,
because you're tilting towards kind of absolute ownership. I don't think that's what derivation is about. Derivation is, okay, certain percentage is kept back.
No.
Wait.
Asking for,
how do you practice derivation?
What people are asking for,
how do you practice
ownership?
How do you practice derivation if it does not belong to
ownership
you?
That it belongs to them. And I am saying here, and I still want to repeat the issue of states. Look, we started in Nigeria with 3 regions. In 1965, it was made 4 regions, with the Midwestern region. Now, after then, please tell me which of those states that has been created from 4 we go to 12 by fiat of the military. From 12 we go to 19 in 1976. The same fiat. Then 21 by Bangada, then 30, then 36. So where did they federate from? They are all administrative conveniences. Now,
can I answer your question?
Can
I quickly answer your question?
Let him drop a point. Let him drop a line.
Hold your thought. Keep your gunpowder dry. Let me quickly answer your question.
Okay.
Why are we agitating that the constitution that we're operating was foisted on us by the military? That
we have a 1999 amended anyway.
That we want as a people to determine how we live, how we coexist, and how we will be governed. If the resource control is an agitation also. The resource control is an agitation also. We are saying for once, let us do the right thing.
Let me put this in perspective for us. Let's look at this. 20 committees had job to do at the National Confab. 19 of those committees' reports have been adopted, so to speak. The last one has to do with devolution of power and all of this derivation issue. That for the 4 days that it lasted, no headway. And these are revenue-related issues. Why are we having this kind of problem? For instance, too, hold on. so that you put this in money perspective.
Yes.
In May, May this year, the allocation for a state like Zamfara was 4 billion plus. The allocation for a state like Akwa Ibom was 22 billion plus. The allocation for a state like Rivers was 13 billion plus. Now, simple calculation, if you were asking for an increase from 13 to 18, you are pulling out more from some of these states. So maybe 4 billion, for instance, if we use that as a benchmark for Zamfara, a state like Zamfara, it will drop by maybe 1 billion or some figures of like 400 million. You take it off, you throw it back to Niger Delta.
That in itself is an aberration. Let me tell you. In the First Republic, what was practiced...
Yeah, is that what's going to happen? Is that what's going to happen?
Philip.
When you ask for more money...
You ought not to be asking for. You should
yours.
be the one that should be given. In the First Republic, what happened was the states are the ones that contribute to the center. It is not the center contributing to the state. Good. And to prosecute the war...
Are they contributing or evenly trying to distribute so that
wait. To prosecute the war, the military had to alter the revenue sharing formula by drawing revenues from all directions. Okay. And then now sit down as a godfather to begin to share.
I think you're giving
and that's why
too much.
I need to educate people.
Yeah,
we need to educate people.
Okay, go ahead.
We need to educate people. We need to educate people here, Philip.
Yeah, we're talking about First Republic. First Republic, what were the resources available? What are the structured resources? We do not have much of this. Look, for me, my problem is this natural mineral resources that have been mined. It could be gold, it could be oil, it could be coal, it could be tin. Those are not those are not the resources that, that they were
close to 1,000.
Those are not the resources that were available in the First Republic. What was available are the economic activities of those regions, such as the granite agricultural from the granite pyramids of the north, the cocoa pyramids, the cocoa exploration of the west.
What has killed that?
I'm coming. That is still there that for anybody to do.
It has been killed.
No,
because there's
people
oil.
to kill it.
I kill it. You know why? I will.
Apart from oil, what does the rivers man do? What are the fishes? What are the fishes in the river state?
Let me tell you.
Exploration has killed.
It has killed it. It has killed it.
It's not Nigeria that. It's not in the river state. It's only in the south in Nigeria that they do oil exploration. Go to Scotland. The Scottish territory.
Exactly. He's gone to Scotland. Let's go to Scotland.
Are they not having fishing?
Let's go to Scotland.
In Saudi Arabia, are they not having fishing?
They don't go to Edinburgh every month to share revenue.
No, they don't. They don't.
Why? Why don't they?
They have a different structure of how they have structured their oil economy.
That is what we are saying. In advanced countries, the way these advanced countries have structured their economy, let us structure our economy like that, so that it will work.
That there, it is not owned by the state; it's owned by companies. And let me tell you, maybe Lebron didn't know.
How can companies own it if it does not belong to the people? Who gives rights to the companies?
Maybe Lebron didn't know this. Oil today has different layers of exploration. Now, we all think that I'm coming.
Let's not let me just legality of exploration. So that we don't lose sight of the fact of the issues.
Let us put it in perspective.
Yes, go ahead.
Let's put it in perspective. The levels of exploration is the fact that people just think that when the oil is being drilled, everything goes to the federal government. No. There are states can even states now can own oil wells. Nothing stops them from bidding and owning oil wells.
Allocated. Use the right word. Allocated. You just jump into a well and own it?
Because it has to be controlled.
You just jump into a well and own it?
That you don't just. It's not like for a farmland.
Allocated.
Allocated, yes. You can bid and get allocation to operate an oil well.
By who?
You can.
If you get 18%,
Because you
hold on. If you get 18%, for instance, what kind of a country would you see where you have more, like even 50%? Because they started from 150, 70.
Olu, I keep saying let's put this thing in perspective so that people will understand it the way it is. You say 18%. The federal government...
That has not been agreed upon.
Wait, even 13%. The federal government keeps 51%. And year in, year out, this same federal government unbundled NEPA, handed it over to private sectors, unbundle the